As part of WOW, the Southbank Centre's celebration of International Women's Week, we're off to spend the afternoon at Be Ethical, a cafe-style conversation about women in ethical business. So first up, we're going to talk to Lynn Franks, author, entrepreneur and lifestyle guru, who's put on this amazing event here today. Hi Lynn.
Hi.
So tell us what's happening here today.
Well, we are a part of a much bigger event, WOW, Woman of the World, which is the whole of the South Bank. And in this space, we're putting on the Be Ethical Women's Business Forum. And we're going to have 8 fantastic women business owners, ethical women business owners, including, of course, the founder of PositiveTV.
Yeah.
I'm going to be interviewing them about their values and really what keeps them going and what inspires them. And then they're going to join the audience and have a cafe-style conversation with women who'd like to have an ethical business or who perhaps have one and want some support.
What's ethical business about for you?
Well, I've been working in that area of ethical business and sustainability for, I suppose, about the last 11, 12 years since I wrote the Seed Handbook. And for me, it's all about contributing back in some way. And I've found that a lot of the women that I've worked with over the years really feel the same way, that they would like to have their own business because it's creatively empowering, it's obviously financially empowering as well, but it's really about giving back in some way to the community.
And is that what you incorporate through the Beehive, isn't it, that you run?
Well, Beehive, which I started a few months ago in partnership with Regis, is a space that I've created where women business owners, and most of them are what I would consider ethical business owners, can come and meet each other and network and be inspired. And it's going very, very well. I mean, I see women come in there not really knowing a soul in the room, and within an hour they've made at least 3 good new friends, contacts, business partners in some cases. So now we're opening up in Manchester, we're opening up in Bristol, and it's moving on in a big way.
Great, thank you. Well, hopefully we'll see some of that going on here today.
Absolutely.
What does ethical business mean to you?
Well, I think it really means just having some integrity in what you're doing and really looking at every level of your business and every level of your life, really. And the interesting thing is when someone isn't ethical and they don't have the integrity, you can always tell. And certainly for me as a mum, and I've run a website and I've written books, I'm a broadcaster, I mean, I'm just hugely, massively busy. And so I actually want to be able to be geared towards someone who's passionate and someone who really cares about the same things that I care about. So follow your passion and then look to what everybody else wants. Chances are that if it's something you're looking for, it's something everybody else is looking for too. So look to the trends, but most of all, follow your passion.
My name is Nyasha Kwatizo and I run a social enterprise which is finding families for children in care. So I have contracts with the local authorities, and I also run a charity which fundraises for children affected by AIDS and HIV in Southern Africa. And we also have an organic farm in Oxfordshire, which is at the back of my house. And we're supporting young adults with learning difficulties.
What does ethical business mean to you?
It's about values, really what your values are. Giving something back, contributing, and business is not all about taking, and it's about giving. For me, it's really about giving back. And doing things in a humane way, in the way you would like to be treated. The most important thing about business in general, for me, is about building relationships and sustaining those relationships.
Special Yoga Centre is a charity that was set up to support children with special needs. So we run a therapy program to support them and to support their families, and we go into schools to help education. I think the thing I've learnt the most probably is about following your heart and really just doing what feels, what your path is. And my path was definitely to work with these children. So I think when we veer away from our path is when our challenges really come. you know, and when you stay on your path somehow or another, and I don't know how, but somehow or another things just work out.
As one of the speakers here today at the Be Ethical event, would you like to tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
My name is Ursula, and I started an eco-label called From Somewhere, which is all about upcycling. I started it in 1997, so quite a long time ago. And I'm also co-founder and co-curator of Aesthetica, which is the British Fashion Council's ethical area at London Fashion Week. Upcycling is supposedly the glamorous cousin of recycling, but it basically means bringing something back to life and bringing value back to this lost garment or fabrics. In our case, we only use pre-consumer textile waste, so we use literally designer offcuts, sweep factory floors, that kind of thing. When I started in 97, the idea of mending old jumpers and vintage was quite the thing to do. Russell Sage, Krista Davies. It wasn't until I realized quite how much waste I could find that I realized that this was going to be a problem. My tip would be persevere. I think I've just realized what vision is, and I think that vision is possibly when you think that something should happen the day after tomorrow, but you're prepared to wait 15 years to see it happen.
So I'd like to introduce you now to one of the speakers at today's Be Ethical event, a lady who has brought home the art of conversation with her Think cards, Lisa Warner. Hi Lisa.
Hello.
Hi, so tell us a little bit about your amazing project.
Well, actually, let me tell you how it came about first, which was when my children were younger. It was absolute chaos around our dinner table. Nobody wanted to be there, least of all me, actually, because it was just so awful. So I made some question cards for my children as a diversion tactic to stop us arguing, and actually it transformed our meal times.
Amazing.
Not just our meal times, but the way we talked as a family, which was fantastic. It gave us great meal times. But it wasn't until about 10 years later, when my children were teenagers, that I realised just how important it had been, because we talked really well as a family, which helped us navigate those difficult teen years, because talking about difficult stuff was just as easy as talking about, you know, the day-to-day stuff, because we were used to talking. But also my children were the most confident communicators.
Amazing.
And I felt this was, you know, this had to be out there. It was as simple as asking a different question.
Yes.
Conversation is the key. It can change everything. It can strengthen and deepen and nurture relationships, and that all starts with asking a different question. Yeah.
My name is Servan, and I run a business that's called Ogunte, that promotes and connects women social innovators. These are women who run social enterprises or a network that raise awareness around about pressing social and environmental issues, or there are women who run departments in large companies and really make things change in these large companies as well.
What would be your tip for women looking to get into social enterprises or women in ethical business?
Start with looking at your networks. Start with looking at how you want to deliver some sort of social or environmental impact, and what your indicators of success will be.
Great. That's 3 for the price of 1.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. Well, it's been an amazing afternoon here at the Be Ethical event, and spending time with these women has really filled me with a tangible sense of the positive change that's happening in our world at the moment. Changes in the way we do business, changes in the way we make choices as consumers. So if you'd like to find out more about the amazing projects that these women are involved with, then do check out the links to their websites on the feature today.